I'm still Brittany.
I'm still Kendall.
And I'm still Mike.
Love that for us.
Oh, guys, Justin Bieber. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
you've gone all over the place with him this past week.
I know. So there's been a lot of rumors about him and Haley, how they might not be doing well. This has been going on for long enough that she was posting things around Christmas, like trolling people about how they were doing great.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, they shot all their little photos together, blah, 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 blah. So Haley Bieber had a skincare event this week, and some photos and videos are coming out from it.
What's her skincare?
Rhode Skin.
That's what I thought, right? Because I knew she had the makeup, but I didn't know if the skincare was also Rhode.
Yeah, so she had this little pop-up store in LA, and of course he came to support her. Great, stand with that. And there's a now viral video going around where it's about 10 seconds long. He is standing and he's smiling really big, and he's kind of like moving, bouncing side to side while chatting with a beauty director. And people are like, oh my God, this is so hard to watch. Someone help him. Why is he smiling like that? I'm so scared. The smile looks like it hurts. That doesn't even look like him. Makes me so sad. Is he on something? You guys, can we? Honestly, I watched this video like 4 times going, am I missing something? Can we just leave this man alone? If you watch the video, and we'll put a link to it on our show page. Here's the deal. What's goofy about Justin is not what he's doing. Have you never smiled really big at somebody and then like moved around? What looks goofy is his outfit.
Yeah,
His
but that's just
pants
like...
and his shoes and his coat, everything is huge.
Yeah.
So when he moves in it, he looks funny because his clothes are so big and stiff that he kind of looks like he's swaying like a drunk guy. But I don't think he is.
And that's what's like in right now in high fashion is that oversized. Like I said, Marc Jacobs just had a whole line of almost comically oversized stuff. And if somebody around here was wearing it, we would make fun of them to no end. But like, they don't live in our bubble. They live in like their own little
La
bubble.
La Land.
And also, yeah, I'm with you. I've never been one. Like, I laugh so hard whenever we're like, Ben Affleck is pouting because he like mid sneeze, someone took a photo, or is Justin Bieber on something because he is laughing at some inside joke him and this person has. Yeah.
Like what?
It's
so wild.
And that's what's funny. Like, our whole job we could do that if we wanted to, but none of us want to do that. Like, I don't want to speculate on this guy's like life just because he's giggling with a friend.
It's so weird.
May
and
we
like,
all.
I will say that the outfit, can we get back to the outfit? It does look like something like the Too Cool for School Teletubby would wear.
There's one that's too cool. Cool. What? Is there one that is too cool?
That's what I'm saying. If there was, it'd be like,
oh, okay. You aren't like,
and then it'd be like, and Too Cool for School, Justin, and then like roll out in that outfit.
Just is like staring at the sun,
and then like a condom, not all the way rolled down as a hat. That's what it looks like.
I'm not mad at his outfit. His shoes are a little goofy. They definitely are almost like.
Speaking of rollout, they look like those ludicrous shoes.
Yeah.
Those big old bubble shoes that he always wears.
It looks like Mickey Mouse shoes, which is fine. His jeans are definitely way oversized. I don't know.
His coat is huge.
But here's the thing, he's younger than us.
And it also doesn't mean there's something wrong with him.
People that, like, the style younger than us, you just always are going to go, that's not for me. And that's good, because if we walked around like that, we'd have to have a talk with that person and go,
you doing okay?
You all right, bud?
Can you imagine if Mike showed up in that?
I would love it.
Yeah.
Mike, I would be like, we having a mentee B? We doing okay?
I'd say,
how's Sarah?
Mike, you want some bone broth?
I need to get some of those clothes. We gotta try this. I'd wear those shoes.
I would actually think I would be looking for Quinn.
I'm not mad.
Social media Quinn, because I'd be like, is this a stunt that I'm missing if Mike showed up in this?
I'm not mad at the jeans.
I am.
But in Minnesota, we could never. It's never the right weather to wear like things that are hanging down to the ground.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm with you, Kendall. There's times where I go, Justin Bieber isn't doing well. And he might not be, but I wouldn't say that these are hints and clues that anything's going on, except he just went to an event that he was forced to go to and had fun at it.
Right. And like, we don't know. He could have been there for 4 hours, losing his mind.
It's always a fine line, too, because the celebrities in this case also know how to play the media and play the tabloids in certain ways to make sure their agendas get pushed, too, when they have certain stories. Or we find out that, just like yesterday, he unfollowed Benny Blanco and unfollowed Diddy and unfollowed The Weeknd and all these people on social media. And it's like, there's a give and take.
Yeah.
But again, watching a 10-second video and deciding this guy's obviously on drugs because, you've never hung out in a place for 10 seconds and done something slightly weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Every day of my life.
I was going to say, if anybody hung out at the Double Wide or just in the My Talk area, they would go, everyone here is on drugs. If you took little snapshots, for always. I just accidentally attacked Kendall when she was not buying candy at the vending machine.
Also, I knew it was you because nobody else walks with that frantic footsteps.
See? Also drugs. Also drugs.
And I had a moment the other day. Can I tell you?
Of course.
Because again, like this showing, you just don't always know. We usually have salads here. They make great lunches here at My Talk at Hubbard. And I had a giant sandwich and fries one day. And so I unbuttoned the top button of my pants, as normal people do when you're wearing tight jeans and the top button is there. And one of our sales directors, Maddie, who we love, was like, "Hey, Kendall," and I wasn't really paying attention because I had my headphones, and I turned around and she was there with her sisters and her dad, and they wanted to come meet me. And I was sitting there.
They were here?
Ron, shut up. You're missing the importance of this, which is that my button was unbuttoned in my pants and I had to stand up to meet them. And so I was trying to cover this fact up.
What's funny is this
is what life is. This is how it looks.
First off, no, but the funny thing is he's a older gentleman. He's gonna think that's the fashion or not even notice. So
but he has 3 daughters, so he's like, oh,
couldn't care less. Sometimes your very embarrassing moments, I'm just gonna say it, Kendall, are not that embarrassing.
I'm sorry. Do you want to meet people with your buttons unbuttoned?
I've seen your clothes. It's not like it was hanging out your gut. Nobody noticed. I've actually seen you walk around with you to tell me that your top button was unbuttoned because I wouldn't have noticed.
It was out there. It wasn't my most, but I'm just saying things happen with people and you go, wow, that looks awkward.
That's the only member of that family I haven't met is the dad.
Well, I got one up on you then.
I really want to meet him.
Maddie's dad.
They have the dog from Minnesota Bound, Millie.
Fun facts.
We're not supposed to say it out loud. I always blow up their spot.
So good at that.
Okay, I really want to tell you about West Wilson from Summer House. West Wilson had his first season of Summer House last year. And West Wilson fell mildly in love with Sierra. And Sierra, who is on Traders, is this beautiful model / nurse. She does both things. She's a nurse and a model and does reality TV. Google her, Kendall. Sierra is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Well, Sierra has terrible taste in men. This is her second pretty average loser and I get why she fell in love with Wes. He's funny. Okay. And we all thought, kind of had that thing that happens where somebody who's very beautiful and interesting shows interest in a mid guy and we go, he must be fabulous. There's a magic. There's a magic to a model / nurse, charismatic, beautiful woman who falls in love. It's why we love Tom Sandoval was because Ariana said, no. I love him, so he must be interesting. Well,
yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And so Sierra and Wes last season were she was moving very slowly because she's been burnt in the past, but fell madly in love with Wes eventually by the end of the season, where then he, of course, after they started filming, kind of ghosted her. He started his stock went way up. People were messaging him like crazy because the approval of Sierra came in, and this guy who actually didn't have a job for a while prior to starting filming on Summer House, this man, this lost Peter Pan, all of a sudden his stock went way up. He really kind of ghosted Sierra, and Sierra was pissed and went to the reunion and definitely laid West out, right?
Okay.
Wes's response was saying nothing. He kind of did that thing where he closed down, which made Sierra more pissed. Well, here's more proof that this man's stock has gone up. He recently, in the most obnoxious way possible, was hanging out with Brianna Chicken Fries. We know Brianna Chicken Fry has been everywhere with her breakup. And on top of that, she's got this podcast and all these things. Well, they hung out and she got asked about them hanging out. And she said appropriately, "Oh, we're just friends." He got asked about them hanging out and he somehow slipped into the interview that, yeah, we made out.
How old are we?
That's a great question. I want to say he's almost 30. He's 28.
Yeah, I made out with her.
He could not get to that fast enough.
No.
And I go, see, guys, this is why hot women, the minute you gave, this is why I've got this theory about, Dave on Love is Blind. One time a hot person gave this person a chance, and now their stock has gone up, and they believe that is what they deserve in life continuously, always.
Yeah, we made out.
Yeah.
Can't.
I'm not dating her. We're hanging out, he said. And then he was like, I mean, we did make out. And then when they asked Brianna earlier, she said, who, what? And I'm not thinking about him right now, or West.
I'm sorry. Chicken fry, honey, you got terrible taste in men.
Oh, yeah, that's obvious.
This man.
I know.
He needs some grooming work.
I know.
And I mean that in a way of someone who knows that they look that way and just prefers to look like a mess, but acts like they're super hot and too cool for school.
I know.
Ugh.
I know. And again, I cannot stress enough. I actually thought Wes was great because I don't know, he's
giving a man that is expects you to lick his lollipop, but hasn't showered in a week.
1,000%. And then you went, okay, well, he must be hilarious. His personality must be great, whatever. And Sierra all made us kind of go, well, I kind of fell in love with Wes. Wes is actually my type in the way that a little bit messy, funny. And I go, because Sierra gave that approval. I don't like that about me, but I'm saying that
he's a jerk.
He's a little bit of a jerk. Well, we find out later he's a jerk, but you know what I mean? There's a part of me that goes, Sierra, we have to be so careful who our models are sleeping with, because now this man is walking around this earth convinced that this is the caliber and the way that he can act. I'm not here for it.
Look at the facial hair.
Yeah.
Look at everything about his facial features. This is just jacked Zach Bryan. He's just a big version of Zach Bryan. He's a former football player. He's just muscular Zach Bryan.
I know.
She's got a type.
She's got a type. And I think he comes from a rich family,
and
too.
I hate this so much for one reason and one reason only. He is absolutely going to be on season 4 of Traitors.
No!
And I can't handle that.
I can't allow that.
He absolutely will be. They always go the summer house and the winter house people.
Yeah.
This story is probably just helping them plant the flag in the fact that he is going to be on Traitors season 4.
Because Kyle was on season 2, wasn't he?
Kyle was on season 2.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I didn't know what a Kyle was until I saw Kyle and Sierra having a conversation, and I was like, wait, those two are from Traitors.
Yeah, you can go ahead and now forget about Kyle for the rest of your life, because Kyle is a very entitled SOB as well.
Can I forget about West or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can forget about Wes. He's on Summer House right now, and Sierra has now, because now Sierra is in Summer House post Traitors, and she ripped him apart. At one point, somebody goes, well, in front of Wes, someone asked, well, do you like Wes' new hair? And Sierra says, no, God, no. In front of Wes, and I was like, that was amazing. She learned from Rob, and she brought it back to Summer House. I love that energy.
Ew.
And the worst part is, and we can all relate to this, she rips this man apart. Sierra, we're talking about on Summer House. She rips Wes absolutely apart at the dinner table in front of everyone. And then she goes back to her room with her friend Paige. And she said, do you know what sucks? Is I feel bad for him. And I would love to have I hate that I have also the urge to make out with this person. And we all know what it's like after you end something. And even if that person's terrible to you, you still can't really there's that bleed over, and it's awful.
Pheromones.
It's just it's ugh.
It's them pheromones.
No.
Mm-hmm. They dirty. Meghan Markle. Oh, poor Meghan Markle.
What's going on?
So American Riviera Orchard was her company, her brand.
Mm-hmm.
They rebranded to changed it as Ever. She basically explained, here's the deal. It was kind of holding me back for developing things that were not made here in Santa Barbara, which is known as the American Riviera. Also, there was a little bit of a trademarking issue because you're calling your company, you're trying to trademark something that is a known area.
Yeah.
So she's like, we're going to do this. We're going to call it As Ever. So excited, blah, blah, blah.
It'd be like using Twin Cities. Twin Cities would be a perfect example of
100%. Great example. Yeah. So she changes it to As Ever. Explains why. Now it's having another issue because I guess there's a family-run New York City clothing brand called As Ever. They make custom quilted coats. They're kind of they're a little funky. They're in the zeitgeist, I guess you could say right now, but they're these puffer vintage military coats that almost look like quilts made into a coat. They're really funky. Anyway, they're called As Ever. And a lot of people have been reaching out to the owner. They have, less than 11,000 followers on Instagram. It's just a small mom and dad type shop. And they're like, hey guys, welcome. If you've never been here before, we are aware. We are not affiliated with her. I guess we'll be doing what we can to fight this, but we're just a little small, like one-man brand and not much we can do against Meghan Markle and Netflix.
It's also not that big of a deal.
Thank you. I'm like, what is she supposed to do? Go to every single small business in the country and be like, is this the name of your store?
You just go, you're going to be fine. First off, as ever, if you're looking for the coat place, you'll find it.
Right.
You'll be just fine. I just went to a dentist today and I put in the name of the dentist in my navigation, and there was one here and there was one in South Dakota. And I figured it out.
Right.
I did, you guys. Thank you. And it
was hard, but she did.
I did. And I went, wow, I'm glad these two are working together because there's probably a lot of confusion. There's probably still somebody who's trying to get to their cleaning that's still at an 8-hour drive.
It's like, which one of these can I go to that I can still make it back to the show by 3?
So this happens all the time when not little companies, but companies in general. Like,
it does. Nothing is original. I had an old boss that said that on TV, and he'd be like, nothing is new and nothing is original because of the age that we're in.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get away with, there's nothing wrong with even saying that. It's like, it is what it is.
If anything, now, if you need a coat, you know that this place exists. And if you ever need, I don't know, very expensive jam or whatever the hell she's doing.
Jam's her jam.
Then you can also find it at As Ever. I hate the name because it just doesn't work for me, but I could be wrong. We'll find out.
And this is the same as the Bieber story, where you're always going to find something wrong with this individual if you don't like it. You remember a couple days ago, the logo for As Ever, we found out that it's like really basically similar to the historic coat of arms of a small Spanish town. And they're like, oh, she ripped off this small Spanish town's coat of arms. And it's like, wait, what? There's two birds looking at a tree, and it apparently looked exactly like this historic coat of arms. So clearly that's where she got the idea from. No, it's not. You're just looking for an excuse to hate on her, which is fine. If that's what you're doing, do it. But at least acknowledge it.
Yeah. So how funny though, Mike, is if they got like her phone search history and it was that coat of arms. They're like, oh my God.
She did it.
It did, yes.
As ever, you keep as evering. Mm-hmm. We'll stay tuned, and if we're going to buy any jam. Jessica and Ashley Simpson. Guys, they're back. They're on the digital cover of The Cut, which is part of the New Yorker magazine. I immediately, of course, saw this and was like, ooh, tell me more. I'm so excited. They do this. This is the first time they've been on a cover together since Teen People in 2005. And I'm pretty sure Teen People hasn't been around since like 2010. It's now defunct. But so they haven't been on a cover that long together. So they were really excited to do this. And it's interesting because I thought they were both being interviewed, but it seems like Ashley just interviewed Jessica. Okay, whatever. I'm actually more interested in Ashley, but that's just me. Let me just put it this way. I read this whole article. And you're welcome for that, because now you don't have to. It was very boring.
Yeah.
I learned absolutely nothing other than the fact that Jessica does not have a label right now. She recorded this album and she didn't have a label, and that she decided to go to Nashville because she just had this feeling that that's where she should be. And that she made a kind of cool, funky rock album because she just felt like it. And she feels like this is where her life is now. Like, it's just the most boring. Can we have people who do this for a living write these articles and not sisters interviewing each other writing these articles?
Let's be honest. Like, me and my sister are hilarious. You and your sister's hilarious. But Jessica and Ashley have never... I mean, if you watch their show, they're only hilarious because they don't understand that they are not your average person. You know what I mean? Like, the funny part about them was having Nick Lachey look exhausted around them. I mean, Nick Lachey wasn't like the best husband in a lot of ways, but like he was the voice of reason, being like, "I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, you're gonna do what?" Like Ashley, especially Jessica. Jessica's never been super interesting.
No.
Her life is interesting.
Oh, for sure. And
her
like
expectations. Yes. And her expectations for like how the world will work is interesting. You know, like is you're successful enough and rich enough, but
is it chicken or is it tuna?
Is hilarious.
Right.
But it has to be somebody else there noticing it's hilarious, because if it was just her and Jessica and Ashley, I don't know. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I can't even, I wanted to bring, I was so excited when I saw this hit my Instagram feed early this morning. And I was like, awesome, I'm going to read this article and we can do a whole segment about how fun this is that they're doing this thing together for the first time since 2005. I kept walking away from it and forgetting what I was doing. You know, when you're reading something and then your brain's like, did we get broccoli for that menu? Oh, wait, sorry. Back to Jessica. Like, I couldn't even get through the article. So now you don't have to. Pictures are cute, though.
I was just gonna say the pictures are adorable, and like to be clear,
I don't.
It's just like they don't have to be enthralling, but they've never been known for. I don't even know if Jessica or Ashley write their own music.
I don't know.
I would be shocked if they do, and
in this article, I think Jessica alludes to the fact that she worked with a real band because she didn't want to sound like everyone else does, which cool, that's neat. But I didn't read anything around there, like maybe the lyrics.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Okay, well, if this isn't a sign that this man is getting married, then I don't know what is.
What?
Travis Kelce got a
ring
puppy.
Oh.
So he was on a podcast and they were asking him about something about his couches had been moved. And some time ago, he'd said that he had gotten some expensive Italian couches for his home. And he said, I came back 6 months after that. And I came back to one of the couches is like pushed against the wall. And I'm like, why did you move the couch? This is Jason talking about Travis. He just got a puppy and the puppy had chewed a hole in the back of it. And they went, wait a minute. Travis got a puppy? So a part of me goes, also for you little sport heads.
Yeah.
Is this a sign that he might be retiring?
No, because he's really rich and someone can watch the puppy.
I know, but like
lots of athletes have animals.
Guys, I know, but I'm saying if we were to like grab little pieces and go, he has never gotten a puppy in the past when he had the same amount of resources.
Are you saying he's retirement baiting?
Or maybe he's like now, because maybe he's the type that didn't want to get a puppy until he retired because then he would have more time. Maybe.
I'm more along lines of he's going to get married with getting a puppy than he's going to retire with getting a puppy.
I mean, as long as we're speculating.
Do we know how the puppy plays with
the kitties?
Meredith and Olivia and Benjamin Button?
Well, I feel like when they're puppies, usually they're kind of okay, right?
I would hope so.
The cat usually, okay, so I've had good experience with the cats being young.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's rare, it's not as common that cats accept new chaos.
Uh-oh.
But
is this a sign they're breaking up?
Whoa!
He got the puppy to replace the feelings he lost for Taylor.
Well, I better go get my $20 that I earned on the 13th.
Get that money.
I know.
Nope, you earned it. We're past the 13th. It doesn't matter what happens anymore.
Thank you. I've been really stressed about that relationship and that $20. Also, I'm going to put it towards the climb. I'll act like Reaver's donated.
Donation.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm with you guys in the way that, like, I do feel like the dog, there's a better chance of that meaning marriage because for some reason that feels like marriage and training kind of vibes. And I won't explain why. It just feels like it.
He just wants it.
I just want it to be true.
So badly.
But I'm glad he didn't get a cat because, Mike.
Yeah.
Dogs, you have a better chance of dogs getting along with cats than cats getting along with cats.
Correct.
So.
Cats don't
they
like
do
other
their
cats.
thing.
If they do, they pretty much have to like it. Cats can get used to dogs and like move accordingly. But the problem with two cats in a house is cats can get to where other cats are. So like if Olivia Benson doesn't like this new dog, Olivia Benson can jump on the fireplace, jump on this. But if these two cats don't like each other, they can go to each other's space and like fight to the death. Not to the death, but
Cat fight?
Yep.
Wow.
A real one.
So yeah, it's like why I didn't want another female on this show because then you can go to like places I can go and we
Like
just keep bathroom. We keep fighting.
Like where there's like tampons or something.
So no. I think Mike can be where there's tampons. I think legally you can.
We get zapped.
Since the incident.